What's going on? This is your boy Q Nice, and we are back once again for Chief Rocket TV, where music, fashion, and politics collide in association with Trillvision. And this is an exclusive interview to talk with the man himself, Hunter Wade, about his philosophy, about his music, and his outlook on the world and all that he has to offer and what this world has to offer to each and every one of us. Hunter, how you doing, man? It's good to be here with you.
Great. Thanks a lot, Q.
Oh, man. So we're out here, and it's very laid back and just, yeah, right, just take it all in, right?
Exactly.
So we are here with you, and thanks again for having us out here.
My pleasure.
Tell us about your music and tell us about the humble beginnings for you.
The beginnings. Well, you know, those are the interesting stories. I think, you know, really, to be honest, going back, it was, I had some dysfunction in my household, like violence from dad. He drank a bit too much when I was younger, and I learned quickly that if I could put on a show, if I could draw the attention, then I could save my mom some of the hassle of dealing with my dad.
Wow.
So I became an entertainer out of reaction, I think. I think that might be the beginning of it. Now, where the story gets really fun is I got a Casio cassette recorder. It's like
wow.
this little thing like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I carried it everywhere with me with a pocket full of cassettes. And I would push record. I would record conversations with people, and I would record myself singing.
Okay.
So it started to get interesting there, and then my family noticed that I liked music. So one Christmas at like 5, they gave me a Casio keyboard, one of those little tiny ones that have the awesome fun sounds that are popular in like Indie-tronica now.
Yeah.
And
I had one of those.
They were fun.
They were.
And I opened it up on Christmas Eve, and I started playing Christmas songs. And my mom was like, well, who taught you how to play piano? And I said, well, it just sounds like that. And she's like, no, but who taught you? I said,
right.
No, it just sounds like that. What do you mean, who taught me? That's what it sounds like. So
It's a very good ear.
Yeah, it was clear that I had a good ear, and then it was kind of taken for granted though in my household. And it wasn't until I was 11 years old that somebody in the community took notice, and I was cast in the lead in a play, and immediately started touring churches and doing country karaoke competitions and singing. You know, I was the 11, 12, and 13-year-old that was allowed in the bar after 9 p.m. because I actually could sing, and it was nice. I always felt kind of privileged to be able to be in those situations.
At any point in time, has mom been shocked still to this day by what you do or all that you've done?
My mom is an awesome supporter. I think that she was really shocked back then. Now I think that she's come to terms with the fact that I'm audacious. I'm still getting used to it because I'm the one that has to deal with the repercussions of it. However, she's pretty used to it. It did shock her at first, though. I remember her expressing that it was a big deal when she first started getting recognition from the community, and her saying that she really just took it for granted. She thought, well, you're my son. Of course you sound good to me.
She never looked at it as a passing phase, though.
No, at a certain point, you know, she really was adamant about me going and becoming a barber.
Wow.
Because I would always have something to fall back on. In retrospect, it probably would have been a good idea because I've spent a few years homeless. And that was a fair price to pay, if I do say so. The real homelessness was in Hawaii, and I slept on the beach, so I'm not really able to complain that much. It was only for a couple weeks. The rest of the homelessness was more of a couch surf kind of a homelessness. So, yeah.
So with the music, being in these different places, whether it be homeless or to couch, where did the music, where did the lyrics, where did they all sit with you at that point in time? Are they a part of those experiences? How did they resonate for you?
It's amazing now where I am, feeling, being clear on what my vision is, like getting in touch with my heart and surrendering to my vision. Everything from my past makes a lot more sense. Going through it seemed like hell. And now in retrospect, it just makes perfect sense. I woke up to a hardcore calling. You know, I remember singing in the churches at a young age, and I recognized the connection that I had with people from the stage. I remember the first time I sang at a church, maybe one of the first times, and I didn't really feel heard in my house again, because of some of the dysfunction. And it's not to crap on my parents. They were awesome people, and so my sister's really great, and my family's really great. Everybody learns in their own ways, and I didn't really feel understood in the home. I remember being on the stage for the first time, and I felt an emotional connection to the song. I felt like immense love and gratitude, and I was crying, like singing the song, like a tear comes to my eye. I could feel that passion. And when I walked down off of the stage, there were people crying. So what I realized was, I connect with people when I sing.
Yeah.
They get it. Like, this is where I have a connection and a power to affect people. So I worked with that for a long time, and then just my focus was on being a singer. My focus was on music. I loved that. I loved performing. In a way, it was a take. In a way, it was me getting up on stage so that people could give me validation, as opposed to me giving a gift to people. Now, did it work out that people, enjoyed the music? Yeah, it did. Yet, it turned around 19, 20 years old. I realized that the experiences that I'd had and the knowledge that I had kind of set me up to carry a message to people, and a message of empowerment, like really to get in touch with what powerful creators we are.
So with the single, with the album, what can your fans expect?
You can expect triumph over adversity. You can expect authenticity. You can expect great melodies, immense passion. You can expect a voice that I am so gifted to be able to share. Is one of the most wonderful things that I'm so grateful for. I have a very powerful voice, and so I don't take it for granted.
Okay. The name of the single?
Lovebird.
The name of the album?
Unnamed.
Unnamed, okay.
Don't have a name for the album yet.
Not yet, okay.
Now, I gotta say, there's a concept that I've been working with for a really long time, and it's scary. It's scary, and I'm willing to talk about it, and it's called Faithless.
Okay.
And the concept is faithless. Religion is dead. Are you faithless? And I say that not to dog and not to get down on anybody's belief system and what's serving them in growing in their life. However, man, sometime here we've got to draw a line as humans who recognize that we have more in common than we do that's different. And when faith, which is not religion, faith is an action, faith is a surrender, religion is a set of beliefs. Religion may want to teach us how to have faith, right? However, once we're indoctrinated in it, that's a belief system. It's a structure that we cling to. Faith is a surrendering of that, so something new can rise, so that so the Holy Spirit can make all things new. Whatever, right? Faithless, religion is dead. Are you faithless? Is about, man, it's time for us to stop saying that this religion and this religion separates us and pits us against one another. There's no way that it's rational for faith to be something that sets us apart and creates wars. Faith is something that unifies us and allows us to have a new vision as one.
So with that, will your fans look at that and say, okay, it's a gospel album, it's a gospel single, or is it safe to say, or it's? Nope,
I don't think that they will at all.
Okay.
It sounds like progressive rock music. Sometimes it sounds a little bit like rock country, maybe like Daughtry. I've had people compare me to Beck, Tears for Fears, Muse, Radiohead.
Wow.
So it's cutting edge. It's cutting edge music. I write cutting edge progressive rock music. And I'm so versatile from my youth and everything that I've been exposed to, man, that I can put those gospel influences in there. I've got a couple songs that if you heard them, you'd be like, oh, that's a church song, right? The majority of, though, what I'm going for now is that I don't want to preach to the choir. There's a lot of people out there who have these feelings, who are aware that we're connected on a very deep level, and they just haven't been given a language to talk about it. Nobody's spoken up and said, hey, how about looking at it this way? So I'm just presenting a new perspective to people, much in the same way that, John Lennon and the Beatles did.
Nice.
Much in the same way that Sting does.
Now, for your fans out there who want to connect with you more, Facebook, Twitter, website, or anything?
Yeah,
like that?
oh man. Facebook, you do that / thing after the .com, and then it's Hunter Wade Music.
Okay.
It's Hunter Wade like you do in the water. Unless you go past your knees, then you're swimming. That's not me. And also, it's hunterwade.com. You can go, and I've got music up there, and the website's a work in progress. We've got all kinds of really great stuff happening with that right now. So by the time you guys are seeing this, it'll probably be an awesome website.
And really quick, when will the single be released?
The single is due for release on June 13th.
Okay, wow. That's coming up.
Yep.
Real soon. Well, you know, Hunter, we thank you so much for your time, man, and having us out here for this exclusive interview. And we really appreciate it all.
For sure, Q. It's been my pleasure.
Oh,
Thanks
man,
again.
Thanks a lot. Hunter Wade with us right here.